Imagine opening a trading chart, making your first trade, and wondering how much you can really make. In 2026, the reality is clear and very different from social media hype. European Securities and Markets Authority reports most retail traders do not make money. Studies and broker reports show between 70 and 90% of beginners lose money. This high failure rate is not an accident, but a recurring pattern. At first glance, the market looks attractive, with average stock returns around 10 to 12% per year. But that number represents the market return, not the return of active trading. When you trade actively, costs like commission spreads and slippage reduce your profits. Regulators estimate trading costs can take up to half of your potential gains, so the reality for most beginners looks very different from expectations. In the first 6 to 12 months, most beginners either lose money or just break even. And after fees, even breaking even often means a net loss. After 1 to 3 years, a small portion of traders begin to show consistent results. Realistic profits for those traders are usually 0 to 5% per year, sometimes 10% but rarely stable. Only a minority of roughly 5 to 20% eventually achieve more reliable returns. Those traders might see 10 to 20% annual growth, which is considered very good. Anything higher usually involves high risk and instability. Trading is not a shortcut to wealth. The first months are mostly about learning from mistakes. It can take 6 months to a year just to reduce losses. Only after 2 to 3 years does a trader have a real chance of turning a profit. True consistency often takes 3 to 5 years, and many quit before that. Why is it so hard? First costs, then psychology, then fierce competition, and finally risk management. Without proper risk management, even the best strategies eventually lose capital. The simple takeaway is trading is high risk, with low probability of consistent success for beginners. Realistic expectations: early months losses or break even, after a few years modest gains, for a small minority consistent above market averages. So the real question is whether you are willing to spend years learning and surviving in the market to join the small group that succeeds.